It's a cloudy day down on the plot today, but next week we're due a heat wave. So today we're looking at how we're going to keep the greenhouse and polytunnel cool when the sun's baking and the temperatures are high. So one of the problems that you have when it's hot weather and the sun's out is that there's two problems really. One is just the temperature, and keeping the temperature in things like the polytunnels and the greenhouse down, and the other one is sun scorch. Now, sun scorch isn't as big an issue in the polytunnel here because you've got this dispersed plastic on here which disperses the sun's rays quite a bit, but you do get the temperatures. Now in the polytunnel we do have the opening vents here, which panels that come out of the door, so we can open those up and that's not a problem. When it gets to the height sun, we may get some solar fans to put in there as well, just to move the air about a bit. But the greenhouse is another situation. In here, obviously it's just clear polycarbonate sheeting, so the sun's going to come on down and sometimes it almost acts like a magnifying glass. It gets really hot in there. At the beginning of April we had, it was sunny, we were getting temperatures up to nearly 30 degrees in there, and next week it's supposed to be about 25 outside, so in the greenhouse it's going to get even hotter. So of course we've got the round on the side here, we have the vent, which is an automatic opening vent, which is temperature controlled with one of those little bar pistons. That's fine. And then also I can get down here and open the door and keep the temperature down. But sometimes I'm not down here to actually open the door, and I don't want to be rushing backwards and forwards all the time, opening and closing the door depending on the weather's like. So we've got to think about a couple of solutions for keeping the greenhouse nice and cool. Now, a couple of options I did consider. One was to get a louver vent and put a louver vent in here, but they're not cheap, and also they're not also needing to get some sort of automatic opening bar on the louver vent as well. So the prices were racking up, and it was just going to be too expensive to actually do that. The other option, which a lot of people do on their greenhouse, is use a whitewash paint, where you just paint the insides of the sheet, the glass or the polycarbonate, with like a chalk-based whitewash, and that acts the same as the polycarbonate polytunnel sheeting, in the fact that it blocks out a little bit of the sun. But that's also a faff, because then you have to clean it out, and in the winter you don't want it to be on there, because you want as much light coming in the winter months as possible if you're growing stuff in your greenhouse over winter. So we decided to go for two different options. One's low tech, second one a little bit more high tech. So let's have a quick look at what we've decided to do for our low tech option. So in the polytunnel here, what we've done is over here if you've got an aluminium greenhouse, you've probably got rails where you can put like a T-clip in. We don't have that luxury in here because it's a steel one, so I've drilled some holes in to the side here, and put some hooks in, and then I've run a wire all the way along the top, so on the bottom one here and right up at the top here, and then just put some turnbuckles on them to keep the wire nice and straight and taut. And then what we've done is we've got some of this greenhouse netting, and I've just used these little clip-on clips. Let's share one of those. These are these little clips which just go around the wire and then they clip onto the actual sheeting. So here we have our, as I say, two cloths that are in here, and that does mean that if we want to, we can push these along and actually open it up and get more sun in if we want, and we can also pull them back across if we want to block the sun out. So that is, these cloths should block about they claim about 50% of the light. It just takes the harshness of the light off. So we shall see how that goes. But this is our low-tech solution. So we're just putting these cloths in here, and when we don't want them, we can just like pull them back. As I say, we've just done it with couple of wires, on couple wire along the top, wire along the side, and then clip the cloth to that so we can slide it back on the forwards. So I said we also had a high-tech solution, and we were thinking like, well, this is a similar problem to you get in lots of different things like caravans and motorhomes and stuff like that. And we've got a 12 volt supply coming into the allotment from our solar unit. If you want to see something about it, I'll leave a link to the video in the description. So when we talked about how we set up our solar panels and everything else. So with that in mind, what we decided to do is install a 12 volt extractor fan. So this is just a standard extractor fan that will actually work when to extract any air out of the top. So when it gets to a certain temperature, it will just pull all the air out of the greenhouse, or as much air as possible, and out through the just out through the front here. Now the way we've got this wired up is we already had a network cable coming in here which was powering our lights, and as I say, we were just using standard computer network cable because we had a box of it spare to run the electrics around the plot, and that means that comes as a like 8 core. So we were using 2 cores for positive, 2 cores for negative. That left us another 4 cables, so 2 pairs there. So we just used the pair from there, which we've rigged up to the switch in the polytunnel. Now that feeds into this little temperature controller up here. Now that temperature controller has a start temperature and an end temperature. Now by reversing it around so that you actually get the start temperature, we've set the start temperature up to about 30 degrees and the stop temperature down to about 25. When the temperature gets up to 30 degrees, it will then trigger the extractor fan to come on. And then when the temperature then drops back down again to 25 degrees, it will switch it back off again. So that will be extracting hot air from the greenhouse when it gets really, really hot in here. The one thing that we've had to do is the temperature sensor that comes off of here. We've actually put down, and I've just made a little cardboard sort of cover for it, just because when the sun comes in, when I first installed it, when the sun comes in and hits the temperature bare, you get massive fluctuations in the temperature because it heats up the actual probe, the same way as the sun coming through and scorching any of the plants would. So what I've done is I've just put taped on a bit of cardboard around here just to keep it in the shade. So what it's doing is just monitoring the air temperature in here, and it's not getting affected by the actual sun hitting it directly. Incidentally, this is facing pretty much due north, so the sun really never gets onto this side of the greenhouse. It's always coming from that side. So that's how we've got that rigged up. Our 12 volt supply, running our temperature sensor, running an extractor fan alongside the shade cloths, and hopefully that should be enough then to actually keep the greenhouse cool enough such that we don't get too many plants flaking over and too much scorching from the sun. Now if you are going to do this, just a word of warning, these temperature controllers, they come in 2 types. So there's 2 types of controllers. There'll either be a relay type, which means that when the actual temperature goes from to your trigger temperature, the 2 wires that come out from the actual other 2 wires that come out from the temperature controller, essentially they'll just be a relay, so they'll just short across. In that case, you need to run the power in that way, through it, back out again into the positive side of your fan. The other type, which is this type, they're actually not done on that. You provide it with a 12 volt input supply, and it will actually, when the temperature is reached, it will provide 12 volts across the yellow and black line. So just be careful when you're wiring it up which type you've got. So have you got the actual supply voltage ones like this, where it's the yellow and black, or have you got the relay type where it will actually just provide a short circuit through, so that basically you pass the mains power, or the positive power, through that loop and up onto the fan. So just make sure you look at the wiring diagrams for them and you do that properly. So that's about it for we want to go through today. We're just going to, as I say, set up the extractor fan, set up the nets, and we will be monitoring the temperature next week to see just how effective that is. So hopefully we won't see any scorching 30 degrees temperatures, and when we do have a really hot day, we'll get down here and open the door, and it tends to sound quite cool. So that's it for me for today. On the next video we'll be looking at getting some of these plants in the ground before next week, and it gets scorching. We've got some leeks and we've got some spring onions to go in, as well as some of the other plants and bits and pieces, and we'll have a check up on the progress of the tomatoes. So until then, have a good weekend and enjoy the hot weather. Don't forget to water, and don't forget to keep your greenhouses and polytunnels cool.